Hi, this is Ahmed Magdy, a corporate trainer, a life coach, and the author of Success Dioxide. In this video, it's very exciting. I'm going to teach you how to coach your employees or team members so that they can improve their performance. Performance coaching is a really amazing tool that can help your team members to improve their performance. But we always are missing the framework, the steps. How can I go and to run a coaching session or a coaching conversation so that I can get a clear objective and a clear performance improvement upon that discussion? We have 7 steps in that video I'm going to share with you so that you can run a coaching conversation. But first, what's coaching? Coaching is an improvement tool that can help your coachee, which is the team member you're going to coach him, to provoke his creative thinking, to reach the answers, and to create an action plan by the end of that discussion. Given that you are not going to give any directions, any instructions, any advice, any kind of guiding, you are simply asking questions. And this is what I'm going to teach you here. So, 7 steps. Step number 1 is awareness. When you're going to sit with your coachee, you need to make him aware of what's meant by coaching. You're going to show him that this is a simple discussion that is meant to help you to improve your performance. I'm not going to give you any advice or direction. I believe that you have all the answers. I believe in your potential. You can improve yourself alone without my continuous discussion or continuous direction. You simply just need to connect with yourself. And this is my way today to help you to do that. You make him aware of the kind of conversation so he will not feel threatened by the question that you're going to ask. It doesn't look like you are interrogating him, because coaching is built on trust. I need to trust you as a coach. I need to like you as a coach so that I can share with you my answers. So this is step number 1. Step number 2 is defining the objective. What's the objective of that conversation? Am I going to improve to find the ways to improve your selling skills? Or maybe your customer service skills, maybe your listening skills, team management skills, whatever. We need to define a certain skill, a competency we'd like to improve. For purpose of the example in that conversation or that video, I'm going to take the example of closing skills. Let's say I want to improve your closing skills. According to the performance reviews, according to previous discussion, we found that there's a defect in that skill. So now we define the objective. Now this is step number 3, to ask the Likert question. And start always the words from 0 to 10. How much you evaluate your closing skills? From 0 to 10, how much you evaluate this competency? It's a basic tool to evaluate exactly where we are right now. So from 0 to 10, how much you evaluate your closing skills? So the employees start to say, okay, I'm 3. And focus here that you want him to give a quick answer. Don't let him to think too much about the answer. Because the more he thinks, the more he starts to have a paralysis by analysis. It's not an analytical question at all, but it's a hard question. You want him to give the unconscious quick answer. So I'm 3 in closing. Step number 4, I want to discover this area. Why you are 3 here? Why you are in this real time you are 3? What did you do before so that you are 3? I want to discover his past of improvements. So we'll say, I'm 3 because maybe I did some of mistakes while I'm closing. I lost many sales. I took training here in the company so that I'm 3 right now. Now, the most important step at all, step number 5, is again I want to discover why you are not 10. What's missing? In another way, what are the steps you think you need to do so that you can become 10? Now we are discovering the way. We are discovering the road to reach the maximum potential and to master the performance of closing the skill. Now he starts to share some ideas. Maybe I need to practice more closing techniques. I need to read about closing. I need to have double visits with some of my friends so that I can get their techniques. I need to start making more mistakes through trying with different customers. Now he starts to share lots of tools and strategies he thinks he can take so that he can reach the maximum potential. Step number 6, let's now take all of these ideas and put it into an action plan. And an action plan, make sure we have 4 things to make it effective. Number 1, make sure it's clear. So note in the action plan, one of the actions, I wanted to improve my closing skills. Okay, this is the objective. It's not an action. Give me some clear objective. So for example, you say clear action. I'm going to read the book of Closing Skills for Zig Ziglar and read 10 pages every single day. Now that's a very clear action. Number 2, make sure that there is a commitment. You need to evaluate the commitment. Are you going to commit to that? I'm going to show you, you're going to do that. Is it easy job for you? And number 3, you need to evaluate the date book. What is the start date? And number 4, you're going to evaluate the deadline. Is there's a deadline for finishing that? So it's a 2C and 2D. Clarity, commitment, and date book and deadline. This is the action plan that I'm going to evaluate you upon. And finally, you are going to follow up. You need to define a date and a day so that I'm going to follow up upon that action plan. I recommend using a weekly follow-up sessions from 10 to 15 minutes just to share with your coachee what did he did in the last week according to the action plan. So by continuing doing that, your performance and the performance of your employee in this given skill is going to improve, and your performance in coaching, of course, is going to improve. 7 simple steps: build awareness, define objective for the skill, evaluate where we are, discover what did before, discover what we can do next, have an action plan which is very clear, and finally, let's follow up upon that. Share, help, leave your legacy.